Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Blizzard Comedy Broadcast Avalanche. It's so exciting to be here. My name's Ben Hodge. I will be hosting today's show. I'm very excited. It's the first time I've hosted one of these shows and actually ever led anything on Twitch. Like, I still don't really understand what's going on I see a chat. I see people commenting. I mean, it looks like a Facebook Live. It probably is just Facebook Live. But yeah, Twitch doesn't understand Twitch, and that's completely fine. And we've got such a great show with you today. We've got so many great people coming on to do so many different games, different activities, two brilliant teams filled with a bunch of really talented people. So without further ado, we'll get on with the show. But first, we've had quite a busy month this past month. I just want to talk to you a little bit more in case you haven't seen the news, but then again, who can't see the news. So we found out that Loki has been confirmed as gender fluid in the new Disney Plus series. This is really great, but what it also means is that our gender diverse friends are on par with divine beings and therefore should be treated as such. So just remember that during the show. Classified government documents were found at a bus stop. In my opinion, no one should be asking how it got there. I think that's too much of a simple question. People should be asking whether these classified documents would pay for an adult ticket or a child ticket. Like, no one's asking the real questions here. And one of the big points I wanted to make was Matt Hancock has finally resigned. Big round of applause, everyone.
Yay!
There's no punchline, but that kiss is joking up. Just let's celebrate. And also the fact that Boris Johnson today has tried to claim that he sacked Matt Hancock. Like, he can't even run a fucking workplace right, let alone the bloody government. So that's the news in a nutshell. So let's have a look at the chat. Hi, Fishface60. And you can see some other people. More 3193. Hello. I can see Johnny. I can see Social Distance Warriors are here. We'll see some of them in the show. It's so great to see everyone. So I think we shall introduce our teams. So let's introduce the team captain for the first team. It's Kirstie.
Woo! Hello.
And then also let's introduce the second team, Tom. Second team captain. We're having fun. And now to introduce the rest of the teams. On Kirstie's team, we've got Kat MOLINARI and DIAN CATHAL.
Hello, everyone.
Give everyone a wave. And then on Tom's team, we've got SULLY O'Sullivan and Sam SERRANO.
Hello. Hiya.
Look at that. Everyone's here. Look at how we're doing. Great. Hi, everyone. I'm gonna go around and just have a little chat with everyone. Starting with Kirstie. Kirstie, how are you?
Not too bad. Pretty standard Monday, but my Mondays are usually all right. I work a half day on Monday. It's great.
Oh my God, so usually Monday's the day, like the sluggish day, but I feel like a half day just like sorts you out, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, like all of my hard days are like towards the end of the week. Like Monday's basically just an extra weekend day because like all of my actual job shit happens later on. I just have to show up to the weekly check-in and then just chill. Right.
I love that. That's so great. And have you got anything that's coming up, interesting, exciting that everyone should know about?
I have the usual things that I plug every show, and that's Social Distance Warriors. We don't have a show on Sunday this week because it's my dad's birthday, and Tom and Andrew I'll let Tom tell you about that in a bit. They've got some shows coming up that they're doing instead. But we do have our regular Thursday show. We've got Joe Kent Walters, Kaylee Marshall, and Continental Lovers coming on, so that's going to be super fun. That's our Thursday show this week, and we're very looking forward to it. Events up on Facebook if anyone wants to find out some more details.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And there are links in the chat as well. So feel free to go to those links and check out all the different socials. And then we'll also be coming to Kat. Kat, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm all right. Thank you very much. Ups and downs, but yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Good. I'm glad. How things been? How's life? We're getting back to gigging. How?
I have not gone back to live gigging until yesterday. I did 5 minutes, just my old 5 minutes, literally just to see if I'm still funny. Set still works, luckily enough, so that's fine. But people who watch my Instagram stories a lot, funnily enough, have been also asking me like whether I'm gigging yet or not. And I'm like, well, for one, you haven't seen any gig pictures, and for two, most of my selfies that I take are taken from my bed. So what the fuck do you think? Well, you know, I'm getting there.
See, because a gig from your bed is a complete different type of gig. Like, it's, you know, it's either really great, or I know I've gigged from my bed and it's just kind of gotten to a point where I've wanted to just sink down and
you can't fit as much of an audience in your bed either, so it gets a bit sweaty.
Exactly, unless you're in, like, I don't know, a sauna in Canal Street.
Exactly. In Canal Street, that's different, yeah.
Yeah, have you got something to tell us about, anything you want to plug to the audiences? I'm doing
Valhalla of Decadence. That's the same gig that Tom is going to mention. And other than that, at the moment, I'm just in the process of writing and booking. But you can follow me on Twitter. It's Punnalingus, like Punnalingus, but with puns. So there you go.
I love that. That's so great. And yeah, I think I've seen all like the artwork for that gig, and I've really enjoyed it. But we'll talk a bit more about that in a bit. But before then, we're going to come to DIAN CATHAL. DIAN, how are you?
All right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm well, thank you. Now, DIAN, I think I mentioned it in the Zoom chat to you privately before, but I think in the Fringe 2019, you had like a show. It was called like Transatlantic or something like that, wasn't it? So I was looking at. So it's really weird because I was looking at like for trans shows in the Fringe at that point, and I saw your show literally just before I left, and I was so annoyed that I couldn't come and see it because I was like, oh my god, someone else. Like, it was so funny. But yeah, how are things going? How are things? Are you up to anything fun?
Yeah, I had a martial arts testing yesterday. Wow. So I feel like I got the shit kicked out of me because I did. But I'm a red belt now.
Wow, how far is that from a black belt?
So in my school, I go. It's red belt is like the fourth belt, nice. And then it's down, and then you have a special belt for 2 years while you train to be a black belt.
Oh wow! So you're basically like 3 years away from becoming Kung Fu Panda.
Yep, exactly, like Kung Fu Panda.
I love that. And you've got like a show that we've put on the Blizzard Comedy website. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, so Dead Named is a show where imagine you took a funeral and combined it with a gay circus.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it was. So it's off now, but it will be coming back soon enough. But it's basically a funeral for the character's dead name.
I love that. I wish I had a funeral for my dead name, but you know, bitch, she's dead. But yeah, thank you so much, DIAN. That's so cool. And then we're gonna go over to Tom. Tom, how are you doing?
Sleepy, really tired. I've had a very long time of not doing anything and not seeing anyone. And then this weekend I've seen absolutely everybody, and it's like I saw doom metal, and I met a bunch of people I've only met online before, and I got a stupid tattoo, and then I did a gig on Sunday after a 5-hour coach from London, and I started a coding course today because I don't know, I guess I'm trans now, and so yeah.
I don't like the fact that you're more of a stereotype than me. I don't like that. What was your stupid tattoo? I think I've seen it, but I want to.
Kirsty.
Oh, we got matching tattoos of bread.
I mean,
hang on, where's mine?
Well,
tall enough. Got like half a loaf of bread each. That makes one loaf of bread when we stand next to each other.
Just typical besties hanging out in person for the 4th time ever.
See, the thing I love about that is it's not just bread, it's bread surrounded by flowers. Like, that's some like detailed bread. Like, you don't even
well, we thought like the original plan was bread, and I was like, if we put it on like a bed of roses, we've got that like worker solidarity reference in there, so it looks a little bit less facetious, even though it very much is facetious.
I was just getting a picture of bread and the word bread. Like,
yeah, Yeah, Tom just has a tattoo with half a loaf of bread that, in case you can't tell, says bread over the top. It's such a Tom tattoo.
It is.
Amazing. And Tom, what you seem to have some really cool shows coming up, like at the Brighton Fringe and things like that. Tell us more about it.
Myself and Andrew, double that partner, otherwise known as No Money in the Bank, are in Brighton on, this Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday at 5:30 p.m, we're doing our show National Chocolate Wafer Day, which is a celebration of everybody's favourite national holiday, National Chocolate Wafer Day. It is called such because we found out that we had a show on July 3rd, expected it to be cancelled, panicked, Googled what was on that day. That's on that day. Let's throw a party for it. It's going to be a fever dream, and I can't wait. There's nothing else interesting on that day. That's it. Isn't that right, Kirstie? Nothing else interesting on July 3rd.
Someone asked me if I wanted to come to this show, and like a bunch of people have said, "Oh, you're going down to Brighton for Tom's show," even though Tom full well knows that day is my dad's birthday. And I said to him, "Make it my dad's birthday party, and I'll tell him we've got a trip to him for Brighton for his birthday, and then I get to come to your show." And then like 2 days later, he was like, "So it's National Chocolate Wafer Day and nothing else is known."
Yeah, but I can't. Wow. Yeah, but I can't throw bits of your dad into people's mouths like a beer bong.
Well, not with that attitude.
And as well as National Chocolate Wafer Day, Andrew at 3 p.m. in the same venue, the Tats and Arms, on the Saturday and the Sunday, is doing Wrestling with Shadows, the Balthazar Dart solo show, which I have the pleasure and possible misfortune of both directing and being at the tech desk for the rest of my goddamn life. So it's exciting. It's nice to be busy, but fucking hell, I'm tired.
Well, I hope you have fun on that very, very long train to Brighton.
No, we've got a lift because Andrew's girlfriend is very supportive.
Oh, that's good, but still, just prepare yourself. If you arrive and there are no chocolates left from snacking on the mall, you know.
I don't know how many I have.
No one will know. Cool, thank you so much. And Sully, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Looking at the stream right now, and I honestly don't know if in my entire comedy career I've been in one of these little boxes on a stream or on a TV show before. It's quite exciting.
Yeah, I mean, for a show for the LGBT community where we don't want to be put in boxes.
Touche.
I love it. And what's really funny, I was looking at your logo behind you before when we came onto the Zoom, and I was like, why do they have a lot of waffles printed on the wall? and then it clicked. Tell me more about, because I don't think I've heard of NBN Network. Tell me more.
Yeah. So that stands for News Bastards Network. It's a bit like when you have TSB Bank and they double up on the letters, and we're like, we like the NBN. We've got the little news globe, and if you can't see, actually, you might be able to see if I hold up the mug. Actually, that little mushroom cloud explosion, just because, we kind of think that's the way the world is going. So the News Bastards is our fledgling topical news comedy project. So the slogan is real smart news for a real dumb world. It's very embryonic at the moment, so it's just a Twitter feed, but it's moving to video, which is, why we've got screens already printed, and then eventually an Edinburgh Fringe show already slotted in for 2022 because 2021 is not what he had originally planned.
Exactly. And where can we find the News Bastards?
Yeah, so as I said, it's mainly a Twitter project at the moment, so it's literally at the News Bastards on Twitter. The tweets go out sort of regularly, like 4 to 5 times a day on sort of, all the latest news stories. And we just got our first Twitter ban for one of our tweets. Yeah. It's quite exciting. First Twitter ban. Only about 18 hours, I think they banned us for. It was to do with a post about Cambridge University just did a study which showed that a tweet is more likely to go viral if it slags off a politician you disagree with, rather than you're positive about a politician you do agree with. And we simply put that information out there, and also took the opportunity to call Matt Hancock a cunt. because apparently, according to the rules, it was more likely to go viral that way, but it was also apparently also more likely to get us a Twitter ban.
Definitely not a wasted ban, though. Definitely not wasted. Yeah, thank you so much, Sully. And last but certainly not least, let's talk to Sam Serrano. Sam, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm all right. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm doing very good. How have things been? What have you been up to?
They've been all right. I woke up about 15 minutes ago, I think. No, about half an hour ago I woke up. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to go, but I'm very, very well, just very tired.
Do you know what? That's fair. Are you a napper? Can you nap?
No, I can't. Basically what happened was I'm addicted to comedy. So I did London on Saturday and then saw the price for the night bus home and was like, I'm not fucking paying that. I'll just walk around London till 9 a.m. and then double gig the next day. And then didn't realize how much that was going to fucking drain me. So I've just been asleep all day. So this could be instant.
Well, if you need to grab yourself a coffee or just anything that'll wake you up, just please don't fall asleep on the stream, because something will probably be made out of that. Probably Blizzard merch, who knows? I watched Sam Serrano fall asleep and all I got with this lousy t-shirt. But yeah, have you got anything to plug, Sam? Anything coming up you want to tell all our audiences about?
I meant to tell John before, but I completely forgot. I'm starting up my podcast again next week. It's going to be a 5-minute episode every Monday to Friday. Talking about LGBT stuff and all that kind of shit. If you go follow me on Instagram, that's where I'll be talking about it most, I think.
Amazing. And Sam's social medias are in the chat, so if you do want to check anyone's things out, please do look in the chat. They're all in there, and I'm sure they'll be posted on. They've been posted on social medias all week, so feel free to check any of them out. So let's get on with the show. So we've got our first game, which is the game of 1,000 words. Now this is a news picture round, and we have a lovely person called Izzy P, whose social media is going in the chat, I believe, as we speak. Checking the chat now, but it's Kentish Izzy at Kentish Izzy on social media, who has given us an artist impression of some of the news stories of the month. Now, our panelists have to work out what the story is that the picture is telling. Is it this? Is it that? Who knows? It's an artist impression. It can be anything we want it to be. We're all artists. We'll make our impression. And anyone who makes me laugh the most or makes each other laugh the most will get bonus points. So keep an eye out for that. So let's go on with the round. Dun-dun-dun. So here is our first photo for everyone. So please, what is it?
Shit Hair Force One.
I'm really hoping that I've missed a breaking news story and Boris Johnson has finally got the message and he's just fucking off.
God, I want that so much.
Standing there, thumbs up, going, yeah, I finally got it. I'm on a plane. I'm off to my bank accounts in Panama, and he's just going.
Is this Boris Johnson quits being Prime Minister to become a landscape artist, and that's why he's doing that thumb thing that they do?
I'm actually very concerned about the state of the Johnson household because he's carrying his own luggage. Where is his valet?
Yeah.
Is that the news story?
He's saying, let's play a game of hedge fund thumbs up.
In an attempt to appeal to the youth demographic, he's filmed his own version of Limp Bizkit's Rollin', because just like his ideals, all his pop culture references are at least 20 years old.
Oh my God. Any other guesses? Anyone else?
Is he arriving at Love Island?
That's gross.
That is...
Damn, why would you put that? Why?
He's like, look at me, I know how to hitchhike.
At least at Love Island, he'd be expecting the cameras.
at the end of Casablanca and you're saying that we'll always have the Paris Agreement.
I assume this is him flying to the G7 summit.
The fucking Cornwall. It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
In order to, discuss important environmental legislation, which, of course, if you're really serious about the environment, the best way to do it is to go by jet.
Exactly. Like, the only way to talk about fucking over the environment is to, practice what's wrong with it.
Yeah. You got to demonstrate it. Yeah.
Yeah, DIAN.
Please zoom in for a sec, because I don't know that he has eyes. Like a really poignant, representation of he has no vision for the country and is just fucking. I don't think he has eyes.
We don't even know if he has a soul, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, so he doesn't have a window to one.
Yeah.
A window, there's no soul. Oh.
You really have to give Izzy credit as an artist, because even in this form, she's managed to really capture that energy you've got of divorced dad waving its kids off in the car park.
I think
really
his trousers being too big for him is a really nice touch as well.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's what I was going to say. I was like, she's really nailed how he wears those slightly ill-fitting suits.
Yeah.
So it's like, even though they still cost as much as like most people's rent, they're engineered to make you think he's like one of the people when he fucking ain't.
The plane is
probably flown all his kids there in the plane.
Yeah.
This is the only vehicle big enough to get them all around at once.
Yeah. That could be at least a 737, I think.
I would watch that show where it's almost like Who Do You Think You Are? But he has to go on a scavenger hunt for all his kids.
Where do you think they are?
Is it there in the suitcase? I don't fucking know.
That is the knock at the door you don't want. I'm your real dad. That's too cruel.
Yeah. I had COVID, but thankfully it's a briefcase. I fucking don't know.
Were we close?
Yeah.
Oh no, am I back?
Oh, was someone talking?
Oh, shit.
I think Ben's frozen a bit,
Ben's
but
frozen,
like I couldn't tell. I thought it was me.
I can take over as host. Tom team win. Get all the points.
Fix.
Like the right with me.
No. Am I back?
You're back.
You're
Think you're back, yeah.
I'm back.
Back
Cool.
in the room.
You're back.
Cool. Yeah. So I've moved home, and the internet here is not as good as it was in uni. So if I suddenly disappear, just know that my final wish was just to be on Blizzard Comedy Broadcast Avalanche. Amazing. So yeah, you're right. It was Boris Johnson arriving in Cornwall for the G7 2021 on a plane, because that's how we look after the environment here in Britain. That's how our leaders think it's important to look after the environment. But I mean, rumor has it he did bring a reusable water bottle, so I think that cancels it out. Next photo. Next we have a very, very detailed. Any thoughts?
I think that this is the entire GB News Studio audience.
I'm totally stumped by this. I'm actually wondering if it's related to the earlier picture. All I can see is the high vis. That's what sticks out for me. So I reckon it's all of the baggage crew, the baggage handlers from the airlines haven't worked for 12 months. And they're now all getting together and they're sharing out all our shit that they stole, which they claim that they lost, including, I'm pretty sure that's the bag that Virgin never gave back to me. So that's
Is it one of those, vaccine pop-up venues that you can only know the location of if you follow a celebrity on either?
Vaccines really are the new flashlight.
password to get the vaccine.
Maybe it's all all the crew at Download Festival ready for all the metalheads to come back from their sweaty mosh pit and they don't want to smell it. Like,
This is a Rochdale Market selling the last PS5s in the country.
it's a primary school teacher handing out wet paper towels to try and cure COVID. That's a cure for everything in British schools.
It really is.
Is this me a couple of months ago where I generally got a proper job on like a building site and lasted 2 days because I realised no one cared I did paid middles for Rob Riley?
The weird thing about this is the masks make you think that it's really recent, but if you look at that man's cargo pants, you will realise it's 2005.
Can we talk about how there's one bitch in the back who doesn't have a mask on?
There always is.
Yeah.
There's no joke. I'm just upset.
Is this something to do with lateral flow tests?
It is not. It is more to do with a thing that happened in Manchester, actually, somewhere in Manchester.
I fully thought you were going to say a thing that happened in the last month, and I was like, yes, Ben, that's the show.
Something that happened in Manchester. Is this everyone that walked out of that gig I did a few weeks ago?
Is that Rob Riley middle?
Oh man. I
think
just got a notification saying like,
if you look at the table in the center, they're selling blue jeans.
Oh, this is just a market.
Yeah, I think this is just tell you what it is. All those lorries that are stuck at the border because of Brexit.
Yeah.
They had the caper of the century, and now they got to get rid of the stolen goods.
You're selling shitloads of Levi's.
It's but with Levi's.
Where's the desert in Manchester? They're standing in the desert. Was this in Manchester?
The desert sounds like a bar.
Exactly where this is taking place.
Yeah. There's a desert and that's the north. Way jokes a southerner would make.
Oh yeah.
I literally didn't, Kat. I literally did not.
Yeah, but
you weren't atted, Kirsty.
When I visited you, you do like to go on about how much of a wasteland the north is. Like, it has come up a few times.
When?
When we go on about how much better the buses are.
The buses are so much better.
I know they are, but we are.
They are.
Get on a bus in Manchester.
We're all.
I have to remember where I'm supposed to get off. What the fuck?
No, I don't know either.
The buses are 24 hours as well in London. Yeah, I agree with that. Buses are better.
I love London. Anyway,
Sam, though, like next time you're going to sleep on a bus, just like come to my house. I've got a sofa bed you can have, okay?
Oh, thank you very
they're
much.
comfy. It's so nice on your back. It just sounded so much like my dad. It made me really uncomfortable.
To be fair, that is what I told you. I was like, yeah, my dad said it's really good for his back. And then Tom was like, yeah, that sofa bed is so good for my back.
Petition for everyone to go and test out Kirstie's sofa bed for economic reasons.
Is this the cue for people to use their sofa bed so they can get a better back? Is that what the photo is?
Yes. No.
They all look really hunched over.
Is this people not knowing where to wee in public now they've taken down the wall at Piccadilly Gardens?
I don't want to play the race card, but I will point out the guy on the left is giving the black guy the side eye. I'm not saying he's a racist.
I was thinking that he's got proper shifty eyes, isn't he? And like specifically only looking at that man.
Yeah. He's very particular.
Are more of them looking at that man? Is that man in trouble? Because I feel like the one in the middle is also giving that man shifty eyes.
Yeah. What's going on? Is this just Manchester? What are you doing?
Is it people are casually racist in Manchester? Is that the news story?
Is this the COVID reboot of Mad Max and it's Mad Vaccine?
Mad Vax, brilliant.
Mad Vax.
I mean, you're close.
Genuinely.
Any guesses? Any thoughts?
We're all going to die.
Is
That is
I mean,
true.
Is this the pearly gates with social distancing?
Because you definitely wouldn't find the pearly gates where this is.
In Manchester.
What was that?
I thought social distancing was at the start of the pandemic.
And what at the start? I mean, this is what they still think it is. We've been in this for like nearly 20 months, and people still don't understand the concept of a few meters.
Okay.
You know, but no. This any other guesses or before?
Is it like a milestone in how many people have been vaccinated? One of that?
No. It's actually quite the opposite. It's anti-vax protesters descend on Bolton.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
God about them.
Yeah, because we all know people do not have a better use of their time.
They wouldn't be wearing masks. Let's be real. If they're anti-vax, they're anti-mask.
The clue was that one lady in the back without a mask that you pointed out, and we didn't click.
That's what the boy boxes are. It's where they're the mask disposal boxes, like a Sharps Needles bin.
Right. See, I wouldn't have guessed that it was a conspiracy theorist party or whatever, because they'd all have masks on saying something like forced to comply and shit like silence.
I want at least one placard.
Yeah.
Yeah. I accidentally walked into an anti-vax rally when I was in London, and there was a sign that went, we survived the Blitz. We can do this without a mask. You're like, have you heard of gas masks, you stupid cunt?
Yeah.
Literally, they wore masks.
Also, we survived the Blitz. Do you realize how many people died in the Blitz?
Yeah.
It's the worst. And now, there's cops on horses going past my window.
Also, there was no one at that rally who was like under 21. They didn't survive because they weren't alive. Sure, it just really annoyed me.
Yeah.
Man.
I like that.
Yeah. God, I used to work with someone who called it a muzzle. And I found him on Facebook a little bit later because I was quite respectful listening to him. And I just looked at his Facebook post and I was like, I wish that muzzle fucking worked.
Like, what twist? He's a popper.
It's ironic how the people protesting for anti-masks and for lockdown to end earlier, that their lives are going to end before lockdown does because they'll all get COVID. I like the subtle irony there.
We can hope.
Shepherd's Bush in London, I saw this, where it's not anti-vax in the alt-right way. It's anti-vax and friendship and love will save the day. And like what we need herbs. And they're just having raves every night.
That's very Shepherd's Bush, to be fair.
It is, yeah.
But now there's warring factions of the anti-vax movement. It's fascinating.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's no longer a spectrum. I've got a theory the whole thing's a cone, but it's just a guess.
And the top of it is just like all one prick, which is like Matt.
Yeah.
They're like,
Which ironically is exactly what they think is going on.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. But yeah, so that's the end of that round. And so the points that I have just found out that I take notes of and have definitely receiving. I literally halfway through went, who takes the points? And Sam was like, you do. And I was like, oh that makes sense.
That's totally something I do, Ben. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I better quickly write down where I think we are. So
This team was in the lead, just so you know.
Yeah. So if you think, oh, Ben's not giving us too many points, it's been a long time. So at the end of that round, Kirstie's team have 8 points and Tom's team have 11 points.
Yeah.
How did that happen? No one
There were
knows.
2 questions. How did that many points?
Because math is not my strong point. I got a B in GCSE and didn't continue. Calculators were made. So, and I think after that, it's kind of apt that we move on to the next game, which is called This Just In. So each team will have the first sentence of a news story, and then those teams will have to kind of carry it on line by line, person by person, in an order, in any order that I basically decide. I'm reading off this document, and I remember Johnny being like, don't read off the document. but we're here. Sorry, Johnny. So in an order I decide. So yeah, I'm going to be in charge of that, I guess. So if, let's get on with that. So Kirstie, we're going to go in your team with the order. We're going to go Kirstie. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it how I've written it down in my book, because it's been I moved back home yesterday and tried to move all my stuff back in my room and got overwhelmed by a few items of clothing. So to tell you how today's going, this is where we're at. So let's go Kirstie, Kat, and DIAN in that order. So your news story.
Did Tom just get on the floor?
No, he's just stood there.
I thought he was
Fine.
like, oh, this is not my team. I'm going to hide.
Let me have the limelight, goddammit.
And your news story is: a number of Scotland fans took part in a clean-up of London's Leicester Square after the area was covered in litter during Euro celebrations. So Kirstie, you take it away with your first line, and then Kat, DIAN, and then keep going.
Londoners who are not used to any sense of community gave everyone like an awkward glance and looked in the opposite direction like it wasn't happening.
And Scots, as usual, had to clean up the English people's shit, like always, somehow, apparently. I think so. I didn't do history, but I'm guessing that's how it went.
We then saw an instant rise in nutting to the head when someone told them it's not worth cleaning up.
All of the Tories wandering past were just like, excuse me, by dropping that litter, we were creating jobs. We're paying someone to do that.
Yes, and by starting so many fights and riots, they're keeping the police in business after all the ACABby stuff.
This is now being used as the main pillar in support of Scottish independence.
You want us to carry on? We don't usually, or are we?
I mean, that's it. I think we got.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know how long we're supposed to go for this round for. Usually, it's like a couple of goes round.
Neither do I. So we'll just say, yeah. I mean, if you think that's where a reporter would finish it, we'll just finish it there. And I did send it to the Guardian, and they said, and they said no. So yeah, so cool. Thank you for that. That was very, very good. I liked. I very much liked the instant divide that we went for between England and Scotland, and just the internal admittance that just Scotland's way better.
Yeah, come on, I think we all know that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the day that like everything above Birmingham becomes part of Scotland. Like, I feel like I'll be like at home.
But then I feel like we're the colonizers then, and so already we are. But you know what I mean? Like, oh hi, hello everybody, we're here. Like, this is Ireland now. I don't know. It's a bit. I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about that. I'd love it.
That's very true. But also, I want battered Mars bars to be a thing up the chippy round mine. So
solid argument. Can't argue with that.
I mean, if there's any reason to become Scottish, it's just battered Mars bar, really, isn't it?
Imagine that. Imagine that's how it went in the past. Just like, yeah, but battered Mars bars, though. Oh, okay, fine.
Not down Hadrian's Wall, battered Mars bar, lads.
And on that note, with Tom being back, we're going to move on to Tom's team.
Cool.
Let's swap. So, like, is this cat disappearing now? Taking turns to just leave.
We've guested on so many shows at the same time and always done it where I'm just sat there awkwardly during Cat's bits, and I don't know why we didn't think of this ages ago.
You know what? That's fair enough. So cool. So the order we're going to go in for you guys is we're going to go Tom, Sully, then Sam. So for you, it's Winston Marshall, a guitarist, banjoist with chart-topping group Mumford & Sons, has quit the band following controversy.
And by controversy, we do, of course, mean him hype manning for a fascist.
It has been unanimously agreed that when you realise you love fascism more than you love banjos, it's time to go.
And nobody is completely shocked because if there's one instrument you would link with hyping a fascist, it is a banjo.
He is, of course, trying to do what all cancelled celebrities do, which is reinvent himself for the alt-right, which is why we'll be re-releasing all of Mumford & Sons' back catalogue, but with right-wing messages, such as I will wait for the rise of fascism in the West. I really didn't think that through. I hate improv.
He's also
little British Lion Man. There we go.
He's also reported to be supplying the new banjo-based theme tune for the intros for GB News.
He is about to go on a tour of all the fascist places. I didn't think that one through either. He's going on a tour of all the fascist places, and he's gonna reinvent himself.
So what those fascist places include?
Near where I live.
Rotherham.
That's just because they didn't like.
I'm not that far from Rotherham.
Rumour has it you're never that far from Rotherham.
Rumour has it you're always too close to Rotherham.
That sounds like a Mumford and Sons song.
That's what they're releasing.
Yeah, that's his new single. You're always too close to Rotherham.
Man. Oh, anything else that reporters would like to add to their article?
Is anyone listening to them anyway?
I was just going to point out that their comment about GB News is only so ridiculous. His old man is a multi-millionaire, hundreds of millions, and is one of the funders of GB News. So the fact that he has these views in the first place should come as a shock to absolutely fucking no one.
Yeah, but banjos are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I've never heard of racing with a banjo.
They don't exist in Texas.
Yeah. I'm assuming the B-side for the new single is Feel Like a Piggy.
Is that true about his dad?
Yeah, it's absolutely 100%.
Is he renaming the band Mumford and Trust Funds?
Nice.
Oh, if we're not
a great place to end it. Why?
Yeah, that's exactly how it would get signed off. Like in some, I don't know, the Independent or I don't know, but. Great, thank you for that, and that was that game. So at the end of that one, Kirstie's team have 11 points, and Tom's team have 13. Think of it like QI. No one knows how it's getting pointed. No one knows. Who's gonna know? Only Stephen Fry.
Ross Noble.
Well, Sandy Tossford now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She, they're on it. But I mean, I stopped watching TV ages ago, so Stephen Fry is where my knowledge goes up.
I don't watch it now. I work in it. I don't want to bring it home with me.
That is literally me working. I'm like, I work on one of my favorite TV shows, and it's gotten to a point where I'm like, I can't watch it anymore because I'm just so exhausted looking at them going. Yeah, I remember during that point there was a big stress when I had to sort this in the dressing room, and it takes the joy out not only for me but everyone. So never mind.
Being a New Zealander, I could never watch the Lord of the Rings movies because so many people in them. There's no suspension of disbelief. So, it's the Riders of Mordor. No, that's Steve. And he owes me $20. Yeah, couldn't do it.
He's not on a mission to get the ring, he's on a mission to the ATM.
Yeah, he better be on a mission to the ATM.
He ordered the fucking rings.
So cool. After that round, I think we're going to take a quick break now, a quick 15-minute break. So feel free to go have a drink, have a wee, whatever you want to do. Chill for 15 minutes. Do do what you want, have fun. We're going to stay here and probably just chat for a bit. Now, I think I worked out the reason my laptop was so slow. Basically, I have coming home, I have a big TV, right? And I got a new display port so I could like cast it to the TV. And I thought, I'll be clever. I'll put like the Twitch on the screen and have everything here. But I think that slowed everything down. So
yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Mine used to do it all the time. It got to the point that like, when we were doing a show, I'd have to like close every single thing I had open on my desktop apart from Zoom. But that was in my last house. I haven't had it that bad in this one.
That's not too bad. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to download the app now. I am so new to this. But yeah, my mum's just messaged me as well saying, have I got her slippers on?
Have you got her slippers on though, Ben?
I don't have them on. I have them right next to me.
How is everybody in the comments? I can't see it today.
Oh, we'll find out. I'll find out.
Are they saying how funny we are? That's all I actually want to know.
All I see is a load of Fs.
Oh yeah, I ran out of tea bags and I said F's in the chat for my lack of tea bags.
What does F's in the chat mean? I don't know.
Give me F's in the chat.
Just F.
It's an expression of sympathy.
Oh, okay.
Someone called Def Not Sam Serrano has said Sam is my favourite comedian. I wonder who that could be.
I've got no idea.
Then it's the name of all your TikTok followers, and just Def Not Sam Serrano 1, Def Not Sam Serrano 2, Def Not Sam Serrano's mum 1.
I was waiting for you to go to 3,000.
I know. It's like,
we're just going to be here for the whole break.
I don't understand TikTok at all. It confuses me. My favorite way to engage with TikTok, I have no interest in being on it. My favorite way in engaging with TikTok is what people send me. I let people curate my experience for me because my friends know me better than that fucking algorithm does.
I've been banned from going live on TikTok for heterophobia.
Oh, fuck. What?
I watched some
harassment and bullying.
I watched some of your streams and like I saw people commenting on it. I just thought, like, do you know what? Get fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I got sent a death threat and I told him to go fuck himself and then I got banned.
Did he tell you straight?
Oh.
But
are the super straight still a thing? Is the SS still around?
Well, that was only out a couple.
Well, that thing.
Yeah, that only came out a couple months ago.
Yeah.
The super straight.
Still around?
My TikTok name used to be SS Comedy because it's Sam Serrano, and so many of them thought it was super straight and started following me because they thought I was like part of them.
If you're trying to prove how straight you are, why would you use the description super?
Also, the S.
Have we just
forgotten?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to see straight boy Serrano.
Just because of Nazis. I'd be more concerned about the Nazis who have followed you.
Yeah.
I should get a drink.
I mean, imagine there's a lot of crossover. Please.
Yeah. With Confident Sons audiences.
Okay.
It's a circle.
So, like, what is TikTok? Is it like Vine, but not Vine?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like if Vine was more like Dadaistic.
I mean, that does sound banging. That does sound good.
It's happening.
Like my For You page is kind of a mixture of small businesses packaging their products, clips from TV shows where it's like, 24 hours in A&E, and it's like, a man and woman's love never dies, and also like just random trans people. And I started getting like really specific ones. Like I started getting really specific like DID ones and really specific like age regression ones, which I was like, that's cool and that's great. But like, is my TikTok trying to tell me something? Like, is it seeing something in me I don't see in myself? I don't know.
I can't go on my FYP anymore because it was basically just calling me a pervert. It was like, you just want to see attractive people. There you go. Enjoy it. And I was just like, I'm being slut shamed by TikTok. I don't want this.
Slut shamed by TikTok's almost a name for a show.
At least a star song.
Real. So we'll be going back in a bit, but if you are enjoying this stream, for the audiences that are here, just a quick reminder that there is a Blizzard Comedy PayPal and Patreon. If you want to support Blizzard Comedy and the acts that come on here, that would be amazing, and we'd all be like very grateful for that. There are different levels of the Patreon, and you can see people's names in the bottom of the stream there, that are a part of that. So yeah, please do support us, and I'm trying to get Twitch on my phone now so I can look at the chat, because my internet is not allowing.
And another thing we have, if anyone, I don't know if it's gone in the chat yet, but we've also got a shop. So if you want some merch, you can get some of those. I'm going to put it in the chat because I'm not sure if it's in the chat already. But we've got lots of badges. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 badges with Johnny's face on. So if you want, Johnny's put it in the chat, gorgeous. So if you want to get a super, super limited edition Johnny Collins face badge, I thought they were going to get sold out in about a minute, but we sold most of them very quickly, and now we've got like 4 left.
I'm getting one right now.
Get them while you can. Same with the fridge magnets. What I mean is those fridge magnets have our original logo on it, which we haven't had in like 8 months. And those are the last ones we have. So get those. One day they will be very limited edition, worth a lot of money. I can't even finish that.
What I might do is I might get a Johnny face badge, and because we work in the same place, just wear it into work and just see.
Do it.
If anyone notices. I'll just as soon as we're allowed back in the building, I'll just sit next to Johnny and just make sure it has their face showing, and I'll be like, "Hello, I saw you this morning. Did you see me?" Thank you for the company on my way to work.
And we've got zines. And we've also got the Blizzard No Money in the Bank mashup badges we made for our birthday show last year. But I'm not sure where they are. So if you buy one of those, you will motivate me to find them. Because that got a bit jumbled up when I moved house, but they're in there. Or in there somewhere. But yeah, we've got lots of things. And as soon as something sells out, we'll replace it with something else, because we're very cheaply only using the amount of listings on Big Cartel that you can put in without having to pay for it.
Yeah. Also, I've just seen that Johnny's put in the Twitch chat. I just think people in here should know that this has been put into the public. For the record, we do work together. Ben did not sleep with me to get this job. No corruption here. And that's what they want you to believe.
Oh, hi.
The mic's on.
How much is she used to just making noise thinking your microphone's off?
I've never asked, what's the cat's name?
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Well, the little one is Kevin, our little Joe, and...
we thought she was a boy when we had her, and then turns out her penis was just a hernia on her stomach instead.
Yeah.
So it's fine, we're getting rid of it. The hernia, not the... although I did want a boy. I'm joking. And then
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
I'm a moment of weakness.
And then there's Jackson, who is right there. You might be just on the bed.
And he's the one. And he's the one who's on the Social Distance Warrior stickers, obviously. Our baby. I'll get the one that's more appropriate for this stream, which everybody who watches it already has, because we just love them. But
I'm just turning my light on.
Jackson, shitting on your turf.
I've had to use my phone's torch as a light, and I've just realised it's making a shadow on my chest of my microphone, which just looks like a massive penis.
Oh, I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought you just had a concave chest, but didn't want to say anything.
Oh God! I see what
I thought you had a concave chest from where your massive penis had just smacked. impact.
Yeah, just smacks you in the face there.
That's right. Oh, I fell over backwards last week, and
And that's why they call me it's comedy.
Right, okay, I'm just going to
no sausage
slippers before we come back. So I will update you all on how Slippergate goes, I guess.
Oh, I forgot to get my brew. Hold on. I was too busy bragging about my cats. I forgot to look after myself.
In school, I don't know how this conversation came up, but it was like, the thing that 15-year-olds do, where someone said that they came on a wall. Like they were very alarmed. They I came so far, I hit my wall. And then they were comparing how far they need to come. And one kid just literally measured from his waist to his own face and went, how far?
I miss
There
you.
is someone on the coach yesterday was watching porn,
Oh.
but not masturbating, just watching it. And I think that's weirder.
Yeah.
That's really odd.
At least if they're wanking off to it, you know that there's a set time limit. Like once they're done, they're probably done, and they're going to switch the channel.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
If they're
medication.
just watching porn, well, this could go on a long time. Like they're into the storyline here. Like we're going to find
had
out if
snacks.
he actually fixes the fridge.
No, that was clearly a film director working on their craft. Kubrick.
I really like the use of POV here. It's really camera angle.
No, I hate POV stuff because I know it's not my willy. So
Oh, do you not angle it so you can pretend?
no, it's just I know what
Or
mine
is that
looks
just
like.
me?
So if I'm watching one of those, that's not mine, and I'm very aware of that. I disassociate enough as it is. I don't need to be cracking one out and realize I've got a different dick.
That is my constant mood watching.
GoPro on their head. Or is it someone just really close over their shoulder?
Usually someone really close over the shoulder, I think.
Oh, I thought it was a GoPro.
Headlamp camera.
Probably a bit of effort.
Like a GoPro.
They've got the full-on ski helmet set up.
I had some improv colleagues back home who had a side hustle for a while of overdubbing Eastern European porn.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, they were hired to do the work. And so we're talking all the sound effects right from the word go. So it's not just overdub the conversation bit, but it's yeah.
Was it
So
just
it's all
him? So was he having to do the two people's voices?
No. So one of the things that was funny about it was a gay colleague of mine was doing a lot of big butch straight dudes. So yeah, that just made it, I don't know, funny for some reason. Yeah. Because he had no idea what they sound like.
And on the
I could definitely do that job.
It would be so awkward though to if you end up fake fucking your friend.
Oh yeah. Everybody knew each other. They were honestly, they thought it was hilarious. So yeah, I mean, maybe the fact not everybody was, even the applicable orientation helped. I don't know, but no, everybody thought it was a great laugh.
And on that note of voice fucking, let's get back to the show.
Great name for a metal band.
Can I really quickly say one more thing before we go in?
Go on.
I remember must have been 7 years ago. Someone I lived with come running downstairs and was like, I found a porn star called Johnny Collins, and we all just fucking lost it.
And they're in the Twitch chat if anyone wants their socials. Cool. So let's get on with our next game with the very new and interesting scoring system that will probably only debut once in Blizzard comedy history, but we're here. So now this game is called But What Does This Mean? But what does this mean? In this round, it's a brand new round that we've introduced as part of the show, and the two teams are going to get to see a graph, and there's going to be no information with the graph, what the graph is about. The team basically have to guess what the graph means, and we're just going to go backwards and forwards and looking a little bit more about the graph. And yeah, just if someone gets it right, they get a point. If they're funny, they get a point. Who knows? That's a little insight into how my pointing system works, and that's all you can get. So let's on with our first graph. So what is this graph?
Is this the distribution of opportunities in literally every industry?
Yeah, or for the purpose of this joke, though, let's assume that all these women and men are cis-het specifically, okay? How many times women and men have had sex and actually come? Although I feel like it should be a lot less.
It's clearly broken up into age brackets and percentages. So I reckon it's the percentage of people in each age bracket that would rather take their chances with the Delta Plus variant than snog Matt Hancock.
I mean, I feel really upset that our team is behind. So I'm gonna stop joking around. I'm gonna get fucking serious. COVID deaths.
It is not. It's definitely not that serious.
Okay, is it the demographics for hashtag not all men?
Oh, we wish. Wait, no, I got confused. I thought for a minute I went not all men. Oh, that's a feminist hashtag, and then I went not all men. Not all men.
Is this the ratio of green to purple in Joker cosplayers?
True. Any other guesses? Anyone else?
Is this the demographic of Mumford & Sons' new audience?
It's actually the guitar to banjo ratio.
I think it's one night. I think it's one night stands per age group, just because there's a huge spike in the 55 plus.
Yeah.
Because their partners,
there's a slump, and then
Men in the 50s do tend to be fitter, if so long as they don't have a tattoo of the England flag on the stomach.
Or Mr. Blobby on their arm.
Leave me alone.
I think a Mr. Blobby tattoos guy. I've wanted a Mr. Blobby tattoo for a while.
And Ben.
Yeah, and then
to be fair, Tom's Mr. Blobby tattoo looks particularly gross because like it's healing, and tattoos as they heal will like crust and peel, and pink and yellow is not the colors you want for crusty peely skin. Like it's just healing normally, but it looks fucking gross.
It's not very appealing.
It looks like it looks like how my childhood memory remembers Mr. Blobby.
It looks like a Mr. Blobby like costume has been left to rot and recently been rediscovered.
That is what.
This is
sorry,
rude. That's Tom's body. Can we about Tom's actual human body in this way?
Right, so this is the secret to not caring about it. Disassociate approximately 50% of the time. Stop seeing your body as your own, and it just water up a duck bat nowadays.
Then what's your problem with POV porn? You really
because it adds to it.
No,
It's like...
You could be onto something. Is the graph porn related?
It is.
Is it porn viewership? I'm looking at the age, the so-called gender split, and the and where the age brackets is. I think it's porn related.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. It's the percentage of British adults that have watched porn over the pandemic, according to Ofcom. And you know,
is that not higher?
Don't they do TV? Which porn are people watching on Ofcom?
Is it like Channel 5 through the static?
Yeah.
I feel like Ofcom have had nothing better to do in this pandemic.
More like get Ofcom. Am I right?
Are you sure?
This is just like Babe Station ratings though, because that's like their wheelhouse.
Are you sure it's not
second wave station? Sorry, go on.
Are you sure it's not the porn specific? Are you sure it's not the porn specific one? Ofcom.
What I love is one of my friends did a TV stand-up show, and they were told they could say dick, but cock. Like they were really, really iffy about it. Ofcom, but they're okay with porn.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Well, no, they don't have to approve of it to say who's watching it. This is a very judgmental bar graph.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I've a comedian mate of mine who's doing because of course, you do a radio interview over here in the UK, and they're very specific. Don't swear, you know, this is going out, on general radio. And then he was doing a festival down under, and he's doing a morning show interview on radio. And they said, all right, mate, just for a start, just remember you got 2 cunts, don't blow them in the first sentence. Off we go.
Love that.
Oh, Sully, you are from God's country.
Yeah.
Wow.
Racist, I'm from New Zealand.
Brilliant. So,
by the way, can I just say one final thing about this graph? I'm just looking at the exact numbers on my phone here, and I reckon that this is the percentage of people that don't know how to use a VPN.
There are some good ones out there. Not spawn yet, but maybe one day we might be. Amazing, everyone. That was really good. So the next graph is a line graph. Something I remember from mathematics, a line graph. What does this line graph represent?
This is my libido whenever I start new meds.
These are my orgasms when he starts.
Incredible.
So I'm looking at the horizontal axis. That's definitely dates. So the vertical one is percentages. So, and looking at those dates, I reckon it's half fucked millennials and Gen Z are in percentage form. So it starts in, looks like 2007, Gen Z millennials are already 90% fucked. And then we had the subprime housing crisis, and it looked like the capitalist economy was going to collapse. And so they were slightly less fucked by 2009. And then the fucking starts again. And it carries on all the way through to what looks like the beginning of 2020. And then we thought we might have a viral apocalypse and everything would be okay. And then we found vaccines and you're all fucked again.
I love that by that logic, that means for a little while we're about 103% fucked.
Yeah. That's that's the proof that I'm right.
My happiness is the dip when I went back to church to make my parents happy for half a year.
Is this how good me and my good the relationship between me and my uncle was until I came out?
Oh.
Nice.
Well, you look like you're on the mend, though. You've come back up.
Yeah. I just joined in now. Just like, oh, yeah, we will go to hell.
I think this is STI diagnoses.
Oh, that's smart.
That could that would drop off during lockdown.
And now they're back up because people are out and horny.
No.
Like it did not drop for long enough, did it? I remember at the beginning of lockdown, like my housemate was being like, some diseases might die out this year. And I'm like, you have too much faith in people who have been asked nicely to stay home by the Tory government.
Yeah. A meat grinder.
And also, we also know the Tories now weren't abiding by their own rules. So you got Hancock.
Hancock is that spike right there. That's Matt Hancock groping his aides.
Yeah, him and Boris just spreading it about.
I'm genuinely interested. Could we have gotten rid of super gonorrhea? Do you think people would have stayed inside?
No.
If we'd said, it's not just going to get rid of COVID, it'll get rid of super gonorrhea.
Well, if you don't have super gonorrhea anymore, then everyone can stay inside. No, that wasn't whatever.
If it's not that, is this a graph to show how many times my mum asked me when I'm having children before and after I ask her for rent?
Yes. No.
Oh no. Like I could say the same thing about my nan, and that dip is when like my cousin had a baby, but that baby's now 1, so she's already bored of it.
Your mum knows we're not having kids. She's seen my hips.
And my ego. That head's not coming out.
Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts before I tell you what this is?
Is it house ownership related?
Nope.
No.
No.
Just
Is
looking at the
this
economic
Boris
states.
Johnson's follow account when they blitz the bots?
Actually, it's not actually. Not, but that's a good thought.
Stock market.
No, so this is, or is
Is it how excited I got when Candy Muse was sent home, and then the dip is where she was brought back?
Everybody, go on.
Oh, I was trying to say, this is a demonstration of how much I lost interest in Marvel with every coming release and then picked it up again when they confirmed Loki as bi.
Nah. It's everybody's respect for Justin Timberlake when that Free Britney documentary came out, and then now it's on his now that he's praising her on his Instagram, everyone's forgotten.
Not quite, but I don't know if this is stocks because I did just have to double check and Google. Oh, okay, cool. No one can hear Sam, but Sam's just confirmed that it's not stocks. And remember, maths GCSE. So this is actually the GDP monthly estimate for April 2021, according to the Office for National Statistics. Someone's got to do it, I guess. But it's not me. So yeah, you can't. I don't know anything funny about GDP.
I mean, double penetration.
Well, I think Sully got it with how fucked millennials are. I mean, crises of the last 10 years.
DIAN, stop giving the other team points. Stop.
And I said COVID, and it was wrong. It was the wrong play to go. But now I'm going with kindness and generosity. Maybe I'll be rewarded someday.
I mean, no one at home heard Sam, so technically I got it right when I said, "Is it GDP?" Yeah, no, but no one knew at home, Sam.
Yeah, but you've just dogged yourself in. So if you get points now, I feel like that's rude.
I mean, I do have the points for the end of this round, and I think it's been a little bit of a roundabout way. So we have
You look amazing, Ben. Has anyone told you?
What?
You look amazing, Ben. Has anyone told you?
Thanks, Kat. 1 point.
Those slippers look so much better on you than they do on your mum.
What a puzzle.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounded so predatory.
I did.
Oh my god, I'm too baby faced. We do. There was a message in the chat about 50 points should go to someone, and I think I'm just going to award them. So, Kirstie's team now have 19 points, and Tom's team have 16 points. But our techie Sam has 50 points. Go Sam! So Sam could actually win this show.
She probably will. She usually does.
That's it. So our next round, flicking back in the notebook, don't make it obvious, is our Gammon Fishing round. Now, the Gammon Fishing round is a favourite round. It's one of my favourites. Each team is going to get tweets that have been altered, that they have to basically decrypt, where some nouns have been replaced with like other nouns, where some words have been replaced with other words. And basically, if people can tell me what the author was angry about, and if they can decipher the words, and also then they'll get a point, but they'll also get a bonus point if they can identify the author. So let's get into it. So Kirstie's team, let's go into that. So in our little Zoom chat, so I shall read it out. So this tweet says, "They are not acknowledging any inaccuracy in our cup. The galaxy's made how we are more equal, even despite our faxes than any other cup. Q. I also stopped English when I was 16, so yeah. So shall we? We shall decipher. Is it all one tweet? I think. It's all
that's all. That's all one. That's all our bit, right? Isn't it? Yeah. That's all our bit.
Yeah. Cool. So we'll go to the next bit. The other. The other think tank is they are not only trying to ramble up mirages and make sure the playing fife is even, not a banjo, they're trying to take Downturn the White Cup. This This book off this genre of Americans, woodlouses. Why aren't we all Americans? Why are we bell marginalised on a daily bastard based on our tokenization, our shadow, and the coma of our skip? And it's not even subtle. It is actually out there. It is written in black and white. Wow. So let's have a cipher.
Like that.
Go on, Dan.
About the race war. That much we know.
I imagine, due to the nature of the game, it's a white person kicking off about being discriminated against for being white.
They're not acknowledging any struggle in our community.
It'll begin with an I. It'll likely begin.
Oh, so every replacement word begins with the letter.
It's a certain number of words away in the dictionary. So it's just like, instead of that word, it's the one that came, I don't know, 10 words before. So chances are it begins with the same letter. Right. So that's how you guess. Like, I think, I would imagine, like, for instance, I think, like, they're trying to downturn the white cup would be take down the white culture. I could be wrong, but I think it's something like that. I think this generation of Americans wonder, why aren't we all Americans, something like that? Why are we being marginalised on a daily basis based on our gender or something and the colour of our skin?
Our gender, our sex, and the colour of our skin.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to look at the first bit again because I didn't pay attention to that bit. They're not having any inaccuracy in our culture. Any begins with I. That's a bad question.
The word I.
In our culture, the something we made, how we're more equal, even despite our any other. Is coup country than any other country?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not acknowledging any
even despite our faults. Taxes is faults.
Faults, yeah. Games made? Gains?
Yeah, gains made.
I'm only contributing if I think I'm close because I don't want to fuck it up for anyone.
I mean, just say something if you think it's funny if you want. Like, otherwise it's just me saying words.
But I love you saying words. I'd pay to listen to you say words.
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Kirstie, anyway.
When he goes out, yeah?
Life is field.
They're not acknowledging.
Playing field is even. Is it like trying to ramp up? Is there a word for like division that begins with M? I feel like I'm getting like lots of synonyms and not the right words. The other thing is that I'm not only trying to ramp up something and make sure the playing field is even, they're trying to take down the white culture. Up.
Trying to meddle, that's the closest word I can think of. To meddle.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
It does begin with R.
Ramp up.
I think the last word is country. I know that much. I think that much, but fuck it, I could be wrong. Even despite our foxes, let's just say
foxes.
Because there are a lot of foxes here, to be fair, so fuck it.
This is a US-based tweet.
There's foxes in the US?
We have more wolves and raccoons. I got it. The other think tank that is not only trying to raccoon up.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one. To the game, but we are forcing out the country. The other thing is that I'm not trying to ramp up.
They're not acknowledging any ideologies. No, because Gammons wouldn't know a word that long. In our, I don't know.
Americans.
We can get every word, or can we just give the basis of this is somebody that it's probably about critical race, with that history being properly an American.
Yeah. Dian, do you know who it could be? Like, who might have shared this spicy hot take?
It might be related to the Dalton School or any of the there were several news stories this month about like school board meeting where people were very against critical race theory being taught to children and just being taught like, hey, there were native people here before they were genocided. I think it's probably a pretty prominent Republican.
I feel like what throws me with this is sometimes it's like someone you've heard is just like some random at a ridiculous protest who happened to say something funny enough that Johnny wanted to include it. I can never tell which one it is. I pay no attention to who people are. I mean, I think we got most of it.
Basically,
most of it. I feel like we've got the gist point at least.
I think you did get quite a few words right, but there was some that maybe
some a bit off.
Yeah, some were a bit off, but you got the basic gist. So so this was the actual thing. So they're not acknowledging any improvements in our culture, the gains made, how we are more equal despite our faults than any other country. The only thing is they are not only trying to raise up minorities and make sure the playing field is even, they're trying to take down the white culture. The generation of Americans wonders, why aren't we all American? Why are we being marginalized on a daily basis based on our gender, our sexuality, and the color of our skin? And it's not even subtle. It is actually out there. It's written in black and white. So that was the full quote. Any idea who it was, where it came from?
Is it like Ted Cruz or someone like that? One of those people who are like desperately clinging on to relevance by making contentious statements.
It's weird because everything he's saying is so hypocritical that you'd think that it was like about the Democratic side saying this, something like this.
I got it. It's Lil Nas X.
Love it.
Got it. Bam. Point.
Okay. Any other guesses or no?
And
every month I do this show, and every month I don't pay any fucking attention to the news.
You see, I do, and I think I'm just shit. Sorry.
Like, I love that Johnny's put in the chat, I can confirm this is a named person. Like, everyone has names. My question was whether or not I knew it, and I don't.
So I mean, it's not really news because it's someone from Fox. This is from Fox News.
Is it Tucker Carlson?
No, so this is Brian Kilmeade.
Oh, I didn't know that name.
What does he hate about mead so much?
Kilmeade. The fact that it tastes awful.
I had some honey mead once. It was lovely. You should try it.
That's
imagine it make your teeth hurt because it's that sweet. Ugh.
It actually wasn't that sweet. It was like, because it was like really fermented. It just had like a little bit of a sweet tang to it, but it was still kind of like winey.
Oh, right. And leaving it on the honey mead, we're going to go over to Tom's team. Tom, I had to be like, this Tom in the room. It's Tom in the room. Tom is in the room. So now let's head on over to your team. Now, here is your tweet. So yours is priority William. I feel that fucking lad's palate. I think that's it. He's got a fucking younger brunch. Shortfall his fucking off with shit. That is just so unnecessary. It's funny though, doing promo for this. It's funny how they obsess about it around the rapper. I did a weirdo here of Australia promo doze, the photography and Zoom and all that. And they were like, Sol no Gallagher, fucking 10 yields of high flying bishops. It's been amazing and fucking obligation. But what we really want to know is how much of a can I say that word?
Yeah.
Okay, how much of a cunt is Priority Harry? And I'm just like, I don't know, matron. I don't know them. But Priority Harry is commentator across like a typical fucking woke soak fucking asshole. So
Right. So
The only one that I know in this is Yields of High Flying Bishops. Bishops is meant to be birds because that's Noel Gallagher's band. And then that's all I know.
So I reckon priority is Prince.
And I think right towards the end, like, I think that second to last paragraph is, but Prince Harry is coming across like a typical fucking woke snowflake fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Is
that's the sentence.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is he got a fucking
I feel
younger...
that fucking lads don't know the next word. He's got fucking younger. He's got a fucking younger brother. Maybe.
Brother syndrome.
Surely his
Nailed it,
fucking something off the...
Got a fucking younger brother syndrome. His fucking...
It's not syndrome.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's not. It's not. He's got a fucking younger brother. Shed. Shanty. He's on TikTok now.
It's just so unnecessary. It's funny though, doing promos for this, doing promo for this. It's funny how he obsesses about. Oh, it's funny how that
they
I
obsess
assume
about
that's around the world.
Yes, yeah, that will be it.
Yeah.
Did a weirdo could be wild?
Is
no,
is priority
it doesn't.
pathetic? Is it pathetic, William? I feel that lad's fucking pathetic.
No, it's not. But yeah, I think that's a fair
pancake. That lad, I feel that lad's fucking pancakes.
Yields is years, isn't it? We covered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, 10 years of high flying birds. It's been amazing.
You see, like, I think the weird part, there's so much like fucks and shits and cunts in this. It's really hard to actually pick out words.
Yeah,
well, it was, and also
is this Brian Blessed?
Because it was such a rant and involved Prince Harry, my first thought was Piers Morgan, but this took far too much effort and blinding for Piers.
There's no spelling mistakes. It can't be Piers Morgan.
Prince William, I feel that fucking lad.
Oh, it's not Morrissey, is it?
No.
Nah. Just, the music relation and the gammony nature of it.
Is it Prince William? I feel that fucking lad's
the only
pain.
one that likes high flying birds.
So I feel that fucking lad's pain. He's got a fucking younger brother.
He's a man.
He's got a fucking younger brother. Shagging his fucking mum. Oh, I don't know. Oh God, I just remember who Prince Harry's mum is. No.
Sorry.
I think I know who it is.
Who do you think it is?
Is it Noel Gallagher? Only one that likes high flying birds.
It's Noel It is.
He's probably comparing himself to Prince Harry. I've got a younger brother too. He's a dick.
True.
But yeah, I think you got quite a lot of the words. To be fair to you, I mean, have you got any other guesses or?
So we got Prince William. I feel that fucking lad's pain. He's got a fucking younger brother, shouting his fucking mouth off with shit that is so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Is it shouting? Yeah, okay. It's funny though, doing a pro of this, it's funny how they obsess about around the world. I did did we just find out what weirdo was?
It's got to be tour here of Australian, doesn't it? Can we do that with a word?
It starts with the
too
same
far
one.
away. Yeah.
Well, I'd come back to it. I did a here of Australia promo. Bloody hell.
Mm.
This one is quite hard. Like, I think if I couldn't see this, I'd be like, what the fuck? You kind of know what it's about. Do you get?
Yeah, I don't think we're getting any more.
Yeah, no, I think I'm out.
Do you think what? Did you say the gist of what it's about? What sort of the gist that you reckon?
The gist seems to be that like he feels sorry for Prince William because Prince Harry's being a woke snowflake, and he knows what it's like having a shit little brother because he don't like Liam.
Basically, yeah. So
Is it actually Noel Gallagher?
Yeah, so it is actually Noel Gallagher on the subject of Prince Harry, and this is what it actually reads. Prince William, I feel that fucking lad's pain. He's got a fucking younger brother shooting his fucking mouth off with shit that is so unnecessary. It's funny, though, doing promo for this, it's funny how they obsess about it around the world. I did a week here of Australian promo down the phone and Zoom and all that. And they were like, so Noel Gallagher, fucking 10 years of high-flying birds. It's been amazing. And fucking Oasis. But what we really want to know is, how much of a cunt is Prince Harry? And I'm just like, I don't know, mate. I don't know them. But Prince Harry is coming off like a typical fucking woke snowflake. Fucking arsehole. Just don't be fucking dissing your family because there's no need for it.
I really, really want like the slang in Manchester for matron to replace mate.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. It's like, that's the one word I wouldn't change.
Yeah, just like, you are matron. Come here, matron. A spark.
I really enjoyed the bit that was like, don't be fucking dissing your fanny. It's like, yeah, show it some respect.
And that's the end of that round. So remember, kids, don't diss your fanny. And at the end of that round, Kirstie's team have 22 points and Tom's team have 19 points and Sam is still on 50. So
I love how we started this game like round one, like 10 points. Like, what the fuck? And since then it's been like 1-2 points each round.
Yeah, I mean, no, Sam.
I think Ben got told off by somebody.
Yeah, Sam, it's Techie Sam, not.
Okay.
I haven't just put you in your own team.
I do really enjoy Ben's erratic, like, point system. Like,
it's very whose line is it anyway?
Yeah. It gives the game a real sense of danger.
It's very much one of them where you'll never know what happens, and I think sometimes that's the best way to be in point scoring, because I feel like I don't want you to get too comfortable thinking you might win.
Yeah,
So
it's very American democratic system. How did we get to that number? Who knows?
Who knows? Thank you. I guess. Cool. So now we're going to go on to our next round, which is my favorite round, which is Dickhead of the Month. Now, in Dickhead of the Month, each player is going to have 1 minute to tell us about their Dickhead of the Month and justify why their Dickhead of the Month is the biggest dickhead. Now, the winner will get 7 points, is what I believe I wrote down here. And it is what it says on the briefing sheet. So the winner will get 7 points and there'll be 3 points for the runner-up. There will also be a poll on the Twitch chat as well. So we'll be able to get your thoughts, and who knows, I might, if it's a different person, I might chuck a point in. We don't know anymore.
Oh no, please don't we have a miscongeniality?
Yeah, why not? Twitch, you can vote for miscongeniality, so there'll be a poll up for whoever you want to vote for. And in the chat, the voting, there was a poll between it was between all white people and Lil Nas X on who was better, and Lil Nas X got 100%. So there is that. So we're going to start with our team captains. So Kirsty, I'm going to start with you. You've got a minute on the clock. Tell us about your Dickhead of the Month. Go.
Okay, my Dickhead of the Month is UK pension schemes. So basically the way that pensions make money is they take the bits that you pay in, the bit your employer pays in and the government pays in, and they use that money to trade it on the stock market in like stocks, shares and bonds. And the private companies doing the trading take a cut because it's like a for-profit industry. And then you get the rest to live off when you're old. And instead of using that money to invest in things like, clean energy and like ethical farming and like social services and things that could really, really turn the world around in the space of the generation that they keep your money for, like the 40 years you're working before you get your your retirement money through. What they do is they funnel it into just the most profitable business, which means every pension in the country is being used to trade in oil, gas, ammunitions, and like big companies that do not need any more of the money than they already have. So the pension scheme at my new office actively markets itself as an ethical pension scheme. And the top 3 companies it invests in are Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon. And frankly, that's disgusting. And that is a company that plugs itself as an ethical pension scheme. And it's just funneling money into the most evil people in the world.
Thank you, Kirstie. I think that is very, that's actually quite valuable to know.
Yeah, that's why I don't shut the fuck up about it. I've done this twice already this week.
I like your rants where it's serious, though. I like it where it's just like, no jokes, this is just why the world is fucked today.
I'm just angry. Like, you can laugh at my eyeballs falling out of my face at how angry I am. But yeah, that was my rant this week. Month.
You know what? That's fair. And, if you're not laughing, you're learning. So I'm going to actually send it over to the other team captain. So, Tom, you have a minute to tell us about your dickhead of the month. Off you go.
My dickhead of the month is Cartilage for leaving me when I was 19, never calling back. When I was 19, I had double knee surgery, and I'm currently unemployed because I went over it bad at a nursery. Because the older I get, the less impressive these injuries become. I tore my cartilage in the way of a trapeze accident, and this time I've done ligament damage because I sat on a chair that was too fucking small for me. It's depressing and it makes me feel old, and it has its perks, like my knees twitch so much I sound like a flamenco dancer, but then you turn around and you just see it's me slowly getting off the couch. And it's also ruined my ASMR career, so that's it. Fuck cartilage. Well, actually, no. Fuck cartilage for leaving. I'd quite like cartilage back, or a robot knee. One of the two.
And if anyone is able to donate their cartilage to Tom, please let us know. Please.
We're going to open it up as a Patreon tip.
Yeah, have a go from me. Cartilage. And now, I'm going to swap it back to the person in the same room. Kat, tell us about your dickhead of the month. Go.
So I'm going to do this one because Love Island starts tonight. My dickhead of the month is people that make a big deal out of not watching Love Island. You're not smarter than everyone. It's not below you. There's always going to be a market for attractive people arguing on TV. What do you think Game of Thrones is about? That was pretty popular. And also, and then it's like what a particular dickhead of the week this week is actually I had to correct a guy for calling Love Island uneducational. He's privately educated. Oh, he did not like being corrected by a northern woman. Let me tell you. Imagine how pissed off his mum's gonna be. You're still using words like uneducational, after putting away a year's salary for the schools for it every fucking year, and you get that. What a dickhead. Is that my time? Did I hear my time?
You have 10 seconds.
Huh? You
have 10 seconds. Well said.
Yeah, you're not smarter. You're not smarter. You're not above. And if you are smarter than them, it's not because you don't watch Love Island. And anyway, yeah, I'm just sick of it. Just watch Love Island. Let people enjoy things. We just had a pandemic.
I don't know what's more serious, the pension schemes or Love Island.
Love Island.
I feel like they're both on par with frustration, and rightly so. Rightly so.
It goes against a lot of what I believe in, don't get me wrong. They promote fast fashion, which I hate. They promote loads of different things. It goes against a lot of, but I just can't stop watching it.
You know what? It's fair enough. Sully, we're going to come to you next for your dickhead of the month. 1 minute on the clock.
All right. My dickhead of the month is the NHS app, specifically the vaccine passport component. See, I've already had my first vaccine, got a message to say it was time to book in my second vaccine, gave them a call only to find out that in the NHS system, they've recorded the type of vaccine I had, AstraZeneca, the date that I had it, the 29th of June, but they had not recorded the fact that I actually had the vaccine. So that is not in the system. Now, one of the concerns there is I'm in a long-distance relationship. My girlfriend's in New York. Even if they lift flight restrictions, if they make us use a vaccine passport, even if I get my second vaccination, may just get a vaccine passport says no, computer says no situation. And the thing I hate most about this is I'm actually finding myself in a situation where I am now agreeing with conspiracy theorists. which I absolutely fucking loathe the concept of, because they're the ones that were saying this is going to ruin people's lives. And I was just like, get over it. And now I'm looking at an app that says, oh, well, this is the vaccine you had, but you didn't actually have the vaccine, if you know what I mean. So no vaccine passport for you, buddy. Keep wanking. You're not seeing your girlfriend anytime soon.
Thank you. And I think the other thing is maybe you don't need a vaccine passport. Like maybe they'll just put the microchip reader over your arm and just see that you have had it and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Maybe just see if magnets stick to me, and then if the magnet sticks, I can get on the plane. I'm okay with that system too.
Exactly. There we go. Who am I going? Sam. I'll go to Sam. Sam, tell us about your Dickhead of the month. A minute on the clock. Go.
Okay, my Dickhead of the month was going to be people who watch Love Island, but now I'm terrified, so it's not going to be anymore. My Dickhead of the month is my girlfriend's flatmate. There you go. She has been accused of racism because she hasn't looked her flatmate in the eye, and her flatmates have said, that's because I'm black. And it's not, it's because my girlfriend is autistic. And the visual's gone, so she's now so autistic that she's racist. Which is really good fun fact, but it's meant that she's now got a studio flat on her own, which is nice for her because she's got OCD, so she's able to kind of keep everything clean. But yeah, that flatmate is my Dickhead of the month. I would read out. Can we post her Instagram in the chat so we can give a shit? That'd be fun.
No.
Had a really good round about people who watch Love Island. My Dickhead of the month is Kat for ruining my Dickhead of the month.
I mean,
How many S's are in it when you spell studio?
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always funny when you have to explain it.
I got it. That was good.
and last but certainly not least, DIAN, who is your Dickhead of the month? A minute on the clock.
My Dickhead of the month is anyone who uses this emoji.
Yeah.
It's no evil, but people think of it as like, ooh, I'm embarrassed. Ooh, I'm ashamed. I was sent a text by somebody I might want to fuck that said, ooh, dinner's on the way. I hope it's good. They were ashamed of dinner. So what this represents to me is that this emoji is just cowardice made flesh, where someone says something a bit cheeky, a bit flirtatious, and then they try to take it back with the monkey. I think that makes you a dickhead. Stop being a coward. I'm weeding cowards out of my life. That's my 2021 goal. And it starts with that monkey emoji.
Thank you. I mean, as someone who uses that monkey, I am sorry.
It was nice knowing you.
But at least now I have been confronted about it, and I appreciate the honesty and communication.
Listen, hold on. If you listen, because what it is, it's the bottom emoji for bottoms who are ashamed. The proud bottom. This is ashamed. It's pride. Damn it.
I mean,
right here.
Both.
Right here.
I think that just shows I'm just an insecure bottom who sometimes has a burst of confidence. So after being called out here, so that is everyone's Dickhead of the month. I think they're all very solid contenders. I think, is there a poll going into the there is a poll in the chat as to who your who you want to win your Miss Congeniality Dickhead of the month. I need to think about now, Kirstie raises a very solid point with the pension schemes, and I feel like it's kind of something that we should all be aware of. However, cartilage is something very important that I think a lot of our knees need. I mean, to be fair though, my friends like to joke I don't have knees because I don't like bending my knees to like step over them. So it's like a running joke that we don't have knees. So do we need cartilage? I don't know. Yes. Big deal not watching Love Island. I think that's fair enough. Yeah. I think it's fair enough. It's, you know, it seems like I've never watched it. It seems fun. The NHS app, that thing, I mean, it's helpful on one side, but also like it is just fucking annoying. Like I keep getting little like like it goes checking for exposure, and I'm like, this is it. This is it. And I'm like, this is lock the doors, don't let anyone in.
There was a story of someone who got a ping, an exposure ping. So they did the old quarantine, only discovered that the person they were supposedly exposed to was the apartment above, because the app doesn't know the difference between horizontal and vertical. So they had never even met this person, never come in the physical contact with them at all. They only found this at 10 days into this quarantine. So, you know.
It's not good. It's like, it's not that clever. Also, the fact that they were able to send a rover to Mars cheaper than developing something that goes on my fucking phone. Like,
no. The Nintendo DS had this technology 10 fucking years ago. It did not cost that much, right? They pissed away that much money on cocaine and said they spent it on an app.
Yep. Word up.
That's fair. And then DIAN, I feel called out, but I also feel your pain. I definitely agree, it's annoying. And Sam, I saw your partner actually in the chat. Where was it? But also my housemate, fucking hell, is what they said, which I think is a fair point. So,
I will say, on the subject of Diane's cowardly bottoms, can we talk about Sam backing out of their rant?
It's a great time for that monkey emoji. Yes. You know what? I actually think I'm gonna have DIAN win this. I think that's fair enough.
Did DIAN get points for accuracy there because you were called out?
Yeah, very, very much so. I will definitely make sure I never send that emoji again.
Thank you, DIAN.
Just to show I'm not a cowardly bottom.
He's not going to go away and like look into his pension scheme options, but he is going to phase this emoji out of his life. He has still learned something today.
I do have priorities, you know, as someone born after like in 2000. I still have priorities. So, but then my runner
after 2000.
I was born in 2000.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was 1999 and I feel old now.
my boyfriend always goes, "Oh, I'm such a nonce," and I'm like, "You were born in May of 1999. You're 7 months older than me. Get a grip of yourself." And I think I'm going to give my runner. I'm going to give my runner-up to I think THOM. Just the cartilage situation, man. Like, you know, it's obviously something we need. And our congeniality vote, the pension. So at least we know that the people of the Twitch stream have their priorities right.
You can go and like speak to you don't have to speak to your employer. They should, by law, they are supposed to give you login details so you can manage your own pension, and you should be allowed to like select what stocks and shares they trade. But how much control you actually have on it depends on what pension scheme you're with. So there is the possibility that you can go to them and say, please don't use my money for oil. Please don't use my money for guns. Please don't use my money on Amazon. But there's no guarantee. It depends who you're with. So, you know, go and do that if you can. If you're in the UK and you have a job that pays into a pension scheme for you, I'd recommend doing that.
So whilst we go into the break next, use this time wisely. Use this time to log on to your pension scheme and see what your employer is doing with your money.
But I'm on 5 because I jump from jobs to jobs and I don't know them all.
Yeah,
you can consolidate them. You can consolidate them into one pension scheme and leave it all in one place.
Really?
But if you're not with someone who's already paying into it, then obviously you have to find a pension scheme.
No, that's fine. I would prefer that.
But like your next employer might have a place they go to, which could not fuck up whatever you do, but mean that then you need 2 separate logins.
I think you always have the option to put it into one of your choice. I think that
You're supposed to, yeah.
Yeah, because I know that when I got one of mine, they gave me the option of just like, but you can get your own if you want, but this is a lot easier. And I was just like, it is easier.
I mean, that's how they do it. They're just like, you can manage your pension scheme, or you can let us manage it. It's so much easier. We're just gonna help fund war in the Middle East with it. And everyone just goes, yeah, whatever, because they don't know that. They're just like, oh, yeah, it's a diversified portfolio of stocks that's going to mean I can eat when I'm 80. Lovely. And they don't actually realize how that money gathers interest and also what impact that has on the world.
Yeah.
Also, never hurts to join a union.
Exactly. And it's very cheap as well.
Yeah.
50p a week or something, isn't it?
Yeah. Doesn't hurt. Only the bosses.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess what you can also pay a little bit of money into is comedy. Again, plugging the Patreon, the PayPal, all the links are in the chat. So please go ahead and visit them and support your artists. It is a pay what you want show. It is just nice to have people watching, just to have people here. It's just nice, I guess, to see people interacting with us. But if you can afford to donate, then we'd all really, really appreciate it. And make sure you follow Blizzard Comedy on Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Spotify. And we have a big cartel. And also there is a Discord after party. So if you have Discord, please feel free to come along and chat to everyone who's there. And I think is that everything? Oh, yeah, of course. Make sure you follow all of the performers today on their social medias. They're all very funny people. I think I follow everyone. I might not. If I don't, I will shortly. They're all very...
We have to reveal in the mid-interval chat who it is you don't follow.
We have to reveal... Let's not do that. I know I follow a fair few. If I don't, I'm definitely going to go back and get the social medias, and everyone should too. They're all very funny people and all deserve your love and your follows.
And we also post a lot of cat content.
So much cat content.
I have 3 social media accounts, and one of them I was using to campaign for my presidency of the student union. And the first thing my brain knew when I lost was, this is just going to become an account for my rats. And have SUs and the Feminist Society and all these people following it, and they think they're following a really suitable candidate, and then suddenly just spaghetti and meatball crop up, and they're like,
I love it so much.
I mean, the giveaway should have been that your campaign flag was the shy monkey emoji.
And that is why I lost. Yeah.
Phew. What was mine?
Ben, you can still use that emoji. You just have to acknowledge that you're a coward.
Do you know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I have no problem with that as long as people are aware you're a coward.
That's fine.
My favorite emoji is the whale because it's real sassy. It's
have you seen the squid that looks like a dick?
Yeah, of course I have.
And he's like, how did the aubergine take on when that's what the squid looks like?
Because nobody wants to think of the dick as a squid.
Yeah.
Except all hentai, but...
I use emojis quite a lot.
Oil comes out of the wrong one, you're in trouble.
Yeah, especially if it goes inside someone, because after it's a bit damp squid.
Oh, that was a crude oil joke.
No.
I use this emoji a lot, this set. Especially that thing on TikTok where it's you're a little bit shy. I send it to my partner. I'm like, can you please just come and cuddle me, and send that. I mean, it doesn't make him get a train to see me. However, it does make me feel a little bit more better.
I am in my 30s. I use the laughing with crying emoji exclusively. It's the only one I understand the real context of, so that's the one I use. I still use a little. I'll do a little colon and a P. I like that one, and I like it when it doesn't give an actual emoji. It reminds me of a simple time when MySpace was still a thing.
I never had MySpace.
Of course you didn't. You were born in 2000.
I was gonna say you would have been 8 or younger. I was on it in
Yeah.
2008. I don't know, younger.
I had a
Emojis. I want my face. I want you to know who sent this emoji. Me.
isn't that a thing on iPhones now though?
I want emojis of my cats.
Oh, well, on the Social Distance Warriors Discord, we have that.
On the little face.
Yeah.
Oh, babies! Can you send them me?
Well, yeah, well, you could just get Discord.
I know, but can I have them downloaded to my phone so I can use it? Oh,
Yeah, you can set them with, you can set them with stickers on WhatsApp.
Someone sent a very detailed emoji, and more3193 has sent an emoji that they've definitely either created or had someone create for them. Oh, is it? Okay, so apparently,
Yeah.
so,
Actually,
I don't know, Twitch has weird emojis. I did not know that.
on our Discord server, we do have a goblin emoji, which I use for absolutely everything. I love that little guy.
While see Bethany Black does have an emoji of a cat. That's where I got the idea. I always see them like, oh, I wish I had one of Jackson. They're so
These emojis are so strange. I feel like I'm being introduced to a whole new world. I feel like the granddad.
It's all very emotional.
Oh,
No, that was bad. I'll see myself out. Right, it's all right. It's already been Father's Day.
Oh.
One
One of my rats is drinking water. So I just moved them into the new house, and one of them seems to be more keen on the new surroundings than the other. It's quite cute.
That's cute.
What colour rats are they?
So do you know what? I'll get.
Yay! Get the rats.
When I was a guest on the show, Meatball was my dickhead of the month. So the people have met Meatball. Let's get spaghetti. Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Oh my god.
Your hydration. But the stream demands what the stream demands. Come here.
I love pets that come in duos that have duo names.
Yeah.
Like before we knew that Joss Whedon was trash, my friend had like some rats called Willow and Xander, which I always thought was adorable.
Oh, cute. Are they cuddly?
Spaghetti is not. He is quite cuddly actually, but he has to like sit next to you. Like he has to cuddle into you. Why are you stuck in my t-shirt? He has to cuddle into you. Whereas Meatball will like properly sit on your shoulder. So they're my little baby.
But both of them, like, either ways though, both of them like to be near you.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, what Meatball used to do, so this is a bit of a disgusting story involving rat poop. So if you ask, oh, cat, don't let her see.
Oh!
Don't let the cat see.
Hold him like you do. Hold him the way that...
What is it?
I know, I've been told. Kirstie was telling me all weekend.
I told you one
Yeah,
time.
I know, but it's the sort of thing I actually remember.
Going up and down.
Oh.
Have a little jiggle. Sorry,
Nice the jiggle. You can almost, you probably, I'm using a directional mic, otherwise you could hear him purr.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am very interested in your rats still, Ben, but you should possibly put them away, otherwise they'll be scared.
Yeah, I mean, Spaghetti's already like put me back in my fucking home, Dad.
Oh, look at him. What's his name, Sully?
Mr. Bubbles.
Mr.
I did not name him.
Oh.
So he belonged to my neighbor. I've only had him about 6 months. He belonged to my neighbor who passed away suddenly. He's just turned 12, so he's an older cat. But he was living in my hedge for about 2 weeks before I managed to lure him into the house. And it was pretty traumatized because, of course, the way he saw it, like one day his human was there, the next day his human, like the door just never opened again, and his human was gone. So he was, pretty confused. But as you see, pretty happy now.
And if you'd like to support Mr. Bubbles, please donate to PayPal.
Yeah, actually, that might be a thing. I've noticed his appetite's increased suddenly, so I'm going to have to get him checked because when they get older, they can develop diabetes or pre-diabetes, which when that happens, they can't get the same amount of nutrients from one feed, so they tend to eat. Yeah. That could be a thing, people.
So what you're saying is if people don't donate, Mr. Bubbles will end up on the street with diabetes.
Yeah, nobody
Yeah.
wants that. Yeah, exactly.
So donate, monsters.
And follow Sully's social media to find out, does his cat have diabetes?
At least they take their own blood sugar with their claw. I fucking don't know. No, I'm not going to go down the diabetes jokes route. My granddad has it, so it's okay. That's how it works.
That's exactly how it works.
No, but diabetes jokes aren't my type. Sorry. Oh no, that was fun.
I just got that.
On Saturday, I took Tom to meet some friends of mine while he was in London visiting, and they have two cats, and one keeps to itself, and the other one's like quite confident. So I was like strutting around the living room, and all of the people were sitting having like a grown-up conversation, and Tom was like crawling towards the cat, like getting closer and closer, trying to take photos of it, and like I was just sitting there chatting, and then I heard Tom go, "Come on, I'm your mate," and then he like swings around to try and take a selfie, and the cat ducks off. I was just like, he was so desperate for this cat's approval, and the cat did not give a shit.
Yeah, but Elwood liked me.
He's always desperate.
Elwood likes everyone.
Approval.
I really am.
Always desperate for pussy. Way. Hey.
And sometimes cock.
Hey. Wait.
Son, you're a bisexual boy. And that's the...
I'm a terrible
That's all the
vegan.
French
No,
and
not saying that.
What?
Not saying what I was going to say.
Wait, Dian, what were you saying?
I said I've been saying for years we need more rooster representation.
And with that, let's go on to our game.
Game!
Hey.
It's the one I'm not prepared for.
So this game is the Great Debate. So this is kind of like a bit of a question time game, a bit of a debate. We're going to talk about a specific topic. So the topic is the G7 deal to make multinational companies pay more tax. So this is taken from BBC News. So like the G7 group of advanced economies has reached a historic deal to make multinational companies pay more tax in the countries they do business. So this is something that's obviously happened quite recently. Now, basically, there's different aspects of this that will affect either companies or the people that buy from them. And we're going to debate that, and people have different characters that they have to debate in. So it is a bit of a game of improv. It's a bit of a game of just, you can know everything about G7 and you can know nothing about G7. It's all fun.
G7, what G Unit told themselves on the university tours?
Exactly. Yes. So people have different characters. So I'm going to go around and we can find out who everyone's character is from them. So, Kirstie, who's your character? You're on mute.
The silent minority.
No, that was Ed the other week, but he was very good at it. I am. Oh, fuck. Where's my thing gone? There it is. I am a finance minister of an unspecified tax haven.
Lovely. And Tom, who's your character?
I am Robin Hood, and this is, of course, my maid Marion, Jeff Bezos.
The obvious maid Marion.
It's a very
an unlikely couple.
It's very conflicted.
Dian, who are you?
Thank you for your question. Let me just tell you a story real quick. Let me tell you a story about when I was growing up in the 1800s.
Nah.
The world was a different place. I'm Joe Biden.
Nah.
Very good. Very good. Sam, who are you?
I am British taxpayer.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yes. Awesome. And Sully, who are you?
Reading the tiny writing as it appears on my screen, I believe I'm the Chancellor of the Exchequer.
Indeed you are. And of course, Kat, the obvious maid Marion, Jeff Bezos. Cool. So, of course now, thank you everyone for joining us for the debate. Now we know that the G7 summit and the what's the word? Multinational companies paying more tax in countries they do business is a hot topic. So I think we're just going to go straight in and ask for the opening statement, ask for you to introduce yourselves. And just to simply answer the question, should big companies be paying more tax in the countries they do business in? So do you know what? Let's start with Robin Hood. Tell us about yourself.
I think that I absolutely believe that big companies should be paying more taxes than companies are in, because it's my job to take from the rich and give to the poor, and that is what taxes are meant to do. So by taxes doing that, I have a lot more free time to top the fuck out of Jeff Bezos.
You always do. You always do.
Jeff, do you have any rebuttal?
No, I pegged him to say that, literally. I think, do you know what? I'm starting to warm to it because Robin is quite persuasive. And he's really good at like shooting his shot and about his arguments. So I was like, you know what? I want to make my partner happy. So I might just go against everything I believe in and pay my taxes. How about that? Bet you were expecting that, were you?
Believe it when I see it. You're already paying taxes. I give them out to the people in Nottingham.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why we couldn't have a party?
That's why there's so many Amazon Prime deliveries to Nottingham. I'm just like putting bags of money in there and sending them out.
Is that why we couldn't buy our 5th yacht?
It is why we couldn't buy our 5th yacht. We're still going to the moon, babe.
And whilst they have their domestic, let's find out what the Chancellor of the word has to say.
Thank you. As the newly appointed Chancellor of the Exchequer, I think the whole situation's preposterous, ridiculous. I know for a fact, having spoken to all of my chums, that all UK-based Monaco tax residents fulfill all of their Cayman Island tax obligations. And after all, I know we're debating what sounds like very large numbers here, but really when you think about it, a large number is only a large number because you compare it to a much smaller number. If we were to simply take that large number and compare it to an even larger number, then that large number would in fact seem small. So in conclusion, we don't need this. If we need more revenue, we'll simply shake the magic money tree. I know we said there wasn't one, but we found it. We will shake it, and we will get a number that is not as large as the other numbers appear to be, and that should cover any shortfall which is not already being covered by the people that are clearly, definitely, obviously, without doubt, paying their tax.
Very eloquently put.
That's what Jeff always tells me. Just like, no, you're just comparing it to a bigger penis.
It's a common thing that comes from interactions with the Chancellor. But I'm interested to know, Mr. President, should they be paying more tax?
Well, first of all, excellent question. Let me just answer that in the form of a story from my youth. My father was a working man. We were a working class family. My parents worked until the day they died. And the thing that I always took away from that, especially when my dad died, that my mother would always say to me, Joe, she called me, Joe, one day you're going to think of your dad, and a smile is going to come to your lips before a tear comes to your eye. And I've carried that with me ever since.
Wow. Moving. Really moving. So our British taxpayer, what do you think?
I think it's absolutely disgusting that these companies think it's we're giving money to paying the right amount of tax, and these companies are just off there just finding their own loopholes. Like I've found loophole. I don't claim for the cash in hand drug dealing I do, but not the same. And I lie on my tax stuff, but it's not the same. And I'm a bit worried that if we stop Jeff Bezos, for example, from using these tax loopholes, then maybe Amazon will start working, and I would happily pay more tax if it means I can get a duvet cover the next day delivered to my doorstep. I want, if it makes the big companies happy and makes my life easier, keep going, guys.
Thank you very much. And there seemed to be someone wailing in support. I think it might have been a cat. Thank you for that. And finance minister, please do tell us, should they be paying more tax?
I mean, really, I'm just confused by this whole situation. Like, how hard is it to get people to pay tax? I have foreign companies coming to me saying, please let me pay tax in your country. I make it nice and easy to do. And I mean, I'm sure it's got nothing to do with the fact that like we give them like plenty of opportunity to like push some of it under the rug and not pay tax anywhere else. But I mean, do what you want, but like obviously don't make it too attractive for them to pay tax in your country, because like my economy kind of depends on foreign corporate taxes now, because like I mean, it's just been coming in so easily, like absolutely no pushback whatsoever. It's been so nice and easy. So no, keep it as it is. Keep it as it is.
Thank you for that thought. So I'm gonna ask a few little individual questions. So Jeff, I'd really love to know your thoughts about this. What should the penalty be for tax evasion?
Yeah, it should be the same as it always is. Just enough to look like something's being done about it, but not enough that it's actually going to affect me in any way.
I think that's a way of looking at it, I guess. Do you think so? I guess for Chancellor, a question I have to ask: how will this affect the smaller countries that currently benefit from undercutting the global tax rate moving forward?
Well, I mean, I think what you've got to do there is, first of all, you have to define what a country is. Are you talking a country or a dominion? And if you're wondering what the difference is, it's really quite simple. If it's a country, then it is a sovereign entity. If it's a dominion, then we own them. Now, there are some places, nations, shall we say, that pretend to be countries that are really just dominions. So they pretend to be independent, but in reality, we still own them. And we shouldn't worry too much about those nations that we still own in terms of tax, because we own them. So it's what I'm saying is it's really only other people's tax havens that are the problem. As for this whole evasion, avoidance carry on, I think you'll find that the common man doesn't really know the difference. And if you look up a thesaurus, they're really very similar. So I think the difference between evasion and avoidance is slightly exaggerated.
Thank you for that. And President Biden, will this harm the job market?
Well, thank you for asking a question. I really appreciate it. I was going to tell you a story. Then I remembered that I'm not Donald Trump, and that's a.
Thank you, Mr. President. Very, very profound. Very profound. And you know what? I think that's a fair enough way of looking at it. Now, the average British taxpayer. So now, as someone who is kind of working and contributing to the taxes, do you think this may affect your wage and the employment numbers around you?
I think it possibly could. I think if they paid more tax, we'd have to pay less. I think that's how it works. They make it so confusing that I just give the money that I'm told to give. I think they use a lot of big words. So me, who, just has a minimum wage job, has no idea what's going on, just thinks, I would love to care about this, but it's so confusing, it's easier for me not to.
I think that's quite fair. And Finance Minister, I don't think I've already asked you a question. So will this lead to lower tax rates for the working class?
I mean, it really depends on the government you're working with. If I'm quite honest, probably not. Like, let's face it, just because they're getting more money from the rich people, it doesn't mean that you're getting a break for the poor people. It just means, like, MPs' pay rises are going to go up a bit more, innit?
Thank you very much. And Robin Hood, you know, do you think this will actually lead to lower tax rates for the working class people as a man of the working class?
Will it fuck? It's like, I'm Robin Hood. I have been round as long as Joe Biden, and it has never changed. And I was doing good work. I was going out, stealing from this prick, topping this prick, saying it again. And don't know why, just keep going there. And it's not changed. It's been hundreds and hundreds of years, and the working man is still getting fucked. No, I'm not. Too many times.
Just like me.
No, not like you. You don't want me in the eyes anymore.
Can I butt in there? Can I have a rebuttal as it goes? Mr. Hood, I just want to say I appreciate the work that you've done over the years. I've been a for a while.
I would say the same to you if I could notice.
I know. I think it just froze.
Oh.
And
well, I think that sums everything up quite well.
Biden's fallen asleep.
Biden.
I might have to if the Zoom doesn't work out, Kamala might have to step in.
Nah.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was I? Where
What is this, Biden?
Where am I? Thank you for your question. If I could just end on a story, that would
be. I mean, thank you, everyone. And I guess closing statements from people. I mean, who just put your hands up when you feel like you have something really important to say.
I've got something to say, and I think, and this won't surprise anybody, is that I think we should listen to the British taxpayer. You heard the words from them. They're confused. They don't understand what's going on. They need us. They need us, and they need this system. If we change the system, it will just confuse them more.
Because they don't have money to feed themselves, so they're delirious.
That doesn't change the fact that they're delirious. If they needed more cake, they should simply eat it.
Nah.
British taxpayer, do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, I really want some cake now.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. And I think a new system would confuse me, but if it means that I'll be able to feed my family, I reckon that sounds like positive, in my opinion.
But you don't want to just feed your family, you want to feed them now. So you know that you need to order it from Jeff.
Yes, exactly. I think if Amazon Prime start doing food, I will be happy for Jeff Bezos to as little tax as he wants if it makes my life more convenient.
Well, you said Amazon Pride, and that sounds like what it is when Jeff Bezos has a wank.
And on that note, that's the great debate.
Well, sounds like a really corporate pride event or a pride event.
Yeah. That's what Amazon Prime call themselves for 1 month.
Yeah.
I feel like with all the mental imagery Tom has inflicted on us, we need to have like a vomit break next.
I'm really excited to see Art Club at Social Distance Warriors this week.
I'm not.
Is this
going to be fun? And at the end of that round, Kirstie's team have 35 points, and Tom's team have 29 points, and Sam still has 50 points.
You know what? Right, I don't care about winning anymore. I want Kurt to beat Sam. Like,
of course you don't care about winning. Now you're losing, you prick.
No, that's Enter Shakira.
Oh.
Oh, Shakira. Lord. No, clap, clap, clap for that joke.
And now for our final round, which is things that would be funny if they happened, but they didn't. This is definitely not a spin-off of a popular panelist walk forward thing. But basically, I'm going to present a statement to our panelists that we have here. And basically, if they have something funny, like it might be something unlikely that they might hear, or it might be something bad that you hear. And if they have something funny to say about that, then they'll say it. And they will get points for how funny they are. They might get extra points depending on how funny it is. Who knows? No one. Just me. So, so feel free to just walk forward and put a hand up if you want to say something. If you can't get a word in, we'll bring it to you. So this is some topics based on the news of this month. So, unlikely things to see at the Euro 2020 games.
2020.
The Euro 2020 games.
You mean Euro 2020, the football?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, Euro 2020 games. Is that football? I don't know. Listen.
Yeah. Johnny said yes, the football in the chat. Yeah.
Just like some gammony lad just be like, no, mate, no, you can't go to Euro 2020. Brexit means Brexit.
Is it like the England fans helping clean shit up?
Wait, hold on. Are we time traveling? Because I think it's unlikely to see the Euro 2020 games at all.
No, they're calling Euro 2021 Euro 2020 for reasons I don't understand.
Okay, it's because they're usually every 4 years, which means it should have been last year. There wouldn't have been one this year if it wasn't for the fact that last year's got cancelled.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the year.
Is it?
Yeah, but they already had the social media accounts set up, and they had already sorted their passwords.
They'd already printed the T-shirts.
Yeah. I mean, what would you do with all those T-shirts?
Like, they spent a shitload of money on ad campaigns that said Euro 2020, and they were like, no. People won't notice we missed the year.
Literally hashtag Euro 2020. Yeah.
I didn't have 2 birthdays then. If this is how we're playing it, if we're just calling shit what it should have been 2 years ago.
I'm not turning 31 twice. Once is nice.
DIAN, babe, I don't think anyone's arguing that, like, the people who put on football games have made the most logical decisions in the world.
Yeah. Well, we're letting them get away with it. That's agreement. Silence is violence, motherfuckers. And we've been silent on this football nonsense.
On this 2020-2021 scandal.
Kicking nonsense out of football.
There we go.
I guess
football making up numbers since, well, pretty much
2020.
And I suppose that brings us on to our next one, even though it really doesn't. Bad things to read on Matt Hancock's Tinder profile.
I'll make you a super spreader.
Do you like a bad boy? Well, they don't get much badder than someone who single-handedly was responsible for the deaths of tens of thousands of elderly people.
Don't worry, baby. I'm holding all the protection.
I have one.
He would, wouldn't he?
He's
you think you've been fucked before, but you've never been fucked like I fucked the NHS frontline workers.
Is it that he listens to Mumford & Sons?
Call me Matt, because all the other Tories walk all over me.
Nice.
I bet he doesn't even have a vaccinated sticker on his profile. I bet he's not even bothered.
I bet he's got like a profile that's just like 5'11" because apparently that matters.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a weak pound.
Nice. Hungry? Swipe wipe if you fancy a gammon sandwich.
No.
Is it swipe? You can either swipe far right.
Hey. Good. I like that.
Swipe right.
I'll make your nipples stiffer than your grandma.
Oh. Oh.
The worst thing was
that was a full snort. I'll take that.
I love a good snort.
for the next one. Things you didn't hear at the Download Pilot Festival 2021.
Pass me the deodorant.
Wall of breath.
It was any of the bands saying thank you for paying me a fair amount for my time and services.
Truth.
Download didn't pay any of the
Not
bands.
serious.
Was it someone saying, I think the drinks here are completely reasonably priced?
Just once. I wish they'd put Mariah Carey on.
Where's the psychosocial distancing?
Oh, good one.
Is it people saying, I'm not going to post about on Instagram about this at all?
System of actually, I think you'll find infection rates are down.
I actually struggle with this one a little bit, only because there's so many things I never thought I would see it download that I did end up seeing. Like not this year, but in the past, I saw Red Redmond attempt to stage dive in full drag. That did not end well.
I'm sorry. I mean, the word attempt made me very happy with that image. I was just like,
one year I saw a bloke attempt to urinate into a bottle while holding a pint of lager in his other hand and the bottle in his right hand, which meant he was short one hand. And then his mate turned up and he helped him out, and he did not hold the pint of lager. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to have anyone kink shamed on this show.
Take the piss, because that's what he did.
We don't shame here unless it's a really weird one, all right? That's
But the most amazing thing I ever did see was in 2012 when I saw Billy Talent on stage, and they seriously misread the download demographic. 2012, so it was Football World Cup was on, and they obviously had like pre-prepared banter, and they came out and they're like, all right, everybody excited, yeah. And are you excited for the football? And everybody went, no. they just kind of didn't read the crowd and just kept going, and they were like, we're not really into football ourselves, but we are into ice hockey. So you guys, we know what it feels like. You guys think you're going to win? And everybody went, no. And then they just went, oh, okay, here's our first song.
Ian, what's yours?
Just a question about how I feel like Download Festival was the most poised to become a virtual festival.
Yeah.
A wash pit.
A wash pit.
Brilliant.
Secondly, Joe to feel kind of bad on my people, but it is also true. We're all very smelly.
And last one, quick fire round. Things they didn't say on GB News.
Thank you for watching Blizzard Comedy.
And thank you to Sam Serrano for their amazing performance.
Yeah.
Or was it thank you for everybody that's watching, or 4 people?
Forget the news for a moment. We all know what you really want to know, and that's the best way to lube up a Union Jack, because that flag material can be very coarse in the old member. And here at GB News, we recommend gravy.
Hi, I'm Andrew Neil. You may remember me from such broadcasts as The Taking Our Jobs and, oh, that looks like a communist hat.
Thank you for watching GB News tonight. Coming up, Paw Patrol.
And that's the end of that. I think Paw Patrol's always a good note to end on.
Well, it was in the news today because Paw Patrol had more viewers.
Yes, Welsh Paw Patrol.
I also disagree because I count Paw Patrol in with ACAB.
Yeah, Paw Patrol is just straight up propaganda.
Yeah, no.
Like, I have marched out of a Build-A-Bear because my goddaughter wanted a puppy dressed like a police officer, and I'm like, I'm sorry, baby, but no. I said you could have a Pikachu, not a police officer.
Can I at least defend the firefighter one?
Yeah,
You can't,
that's right.
you The firefighters are cool. No one's like, fuck firefighters.
Yeah, they save cats from trees.
Also, the French ones set fire to the police.
Yes,
they set fire to themselves and started fighting the police. It's like something you wouldn't see at Download Festival.
No. And that's why
or would you?
Yeah. And that's why everyone fancies firemen for real.
Definitely.
I would buy a nudie fireman calendar if they were all on fire.
What I want is I want just the firemen who like battered the cops to do that calendar, but like next to their photo have like a detailed description of exactly what they did.
Oh, you could call it a cappuccino.
Oh, adorable.
Find that on the Big Cartel next month.
Art Club, draw us some pictures of sexy firemen. Creative Writing Club, draw us some stories about beating up cops. We'll make a calendar out of
They
it.
draw us some stories.
Maybe I did.
the men what they said.
Writing is just shit drawings, okay? Writing is just shit drawings. Over and over.
And with that, that's the end of the show. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Again, this is like a pay what you want show. Like, thank you for being here and coming along. It's great to have you. Even if you can't afford to donate or aren't able to donate right now, that's no problem. Your presence is enough for us to feel validated. But if you can afford to give any money, it goes towards the acts and towards the people behind Blizzard. So, if you want to keep getting shows coming up and hopefully one day return to live shows, then please do donate because it is helpful. So now I'm going, Kirstie.
If anyone doesn't have a lot of money now, but wants to chip in after they've been paid at the end of the month or something, we're leaving the bucket split open until midnight next Monday. So if you want to chip in at any point over the next week, any donation we get to the Blizzard Comedy PayPal over for the next 7 days goes towards this team of people that you can see on your screen. So yeah, if you want to chip in but you're a bit skint until payday, you've got until next Monday at midnight.
Thank you for that. That's really useful information. And now for the final scores. So, it got. My scoring system, we started high, then we started going point. So I'm going to go in. So Sam still finished on 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
Kirstie's team got 60 points. And Tom's team got 61 points. Tom's team have in fact won. So Tom, Sully, Sam, well done. Well done to all of you for dealing with me.
We all had fun.
Recount. You need to recount.
We can recount, but even I don't know what the fuck I've counted. So it's like
I thought you were Biden, not Trump, Dian.
a recount would just be
kind of the same.
Yeah. No, but I get what you mean.
So thank you to all our incredible acts today for being on the show and coming along, and thank you to Mr. Bubbles for making an appearance, as well as Kevin, Jackson. Thank you to Spaghetti as well, and any other and whoever's capped me out partway through Sam's great debate. Thank you to all the pets. Thank you for
Mr. Bubbles, you capped me out.
Thank you to Sam and Johnny, who have been supporting with some behind the scenes bits, and Johnny putting things in the chat, and Sam just generally just being an absolute legend. Thank you so much. Please do remember to follow Blizzard social media, and please do remember to follow all the acts on here. They're all incredible people with incredible things going on. So scroll back up or go into the Blizzard social media at Blizzard Comedy. It is Blizzard Comedy, isn't it, on Twitter?
Yeah, Blizzard Comedy on everything, one word on things where you can't have a space.
Fab. So go on to Blizzard Comedy and you'll find everyone's social media. So please do check that out. There is an after party on Discord. So if you want to come and chill with some people, feel free to come along to that. The next show is not on this sheet. The next show is,
it'll be the last Monday of next month.
Monday of next month.
Yeah, so do come along to that. It'll be fun. Joke predictions for the next show. So I think people are going to be talking about the obvious lockdown lifting. I reckon there'll be some discussion somewhere about vaccines or whatever, and probably how the education system has failed people born after 2000 who cannot.
Don't worry, Ben. Those of us born in the 90s also were failed. It's fine.
Do you know what? That doesn't make anything any better. But you know what? We're all in
company.
Yeah, in the words of High School Musical, we're all in this together. And thank you so much for coming. So I'll see you all next month.
July 30th. I just checked.
July 30th. Bye.
Bye.